the VIT-0910 study, as we call it, was a study that was run by the European Pediatric Soft Tissue Sarcoma Group in combination with the Innovative Therapies for Children with Cancer. So these are two European groups, that one looking at soft tissue sarcoma treatment and the other looking at novel treatments in children's cancer. And in the study, we compared what was currently standard treatment, which was a combination of two drugs, vincristine and irinotecan, in rhabdomyosarcoma that had either relapsed or had progressed on treatment, but the majority of patients had relapsed. And we compared the two drugs against vincristine and irinotecan alone, or vincristine and irinotecan with the addition of another chemotherapy drug called temozolomide. So this is actually a standard chemotherapy drug. It's not a novel or a targeted agent, but when the study was designed, we didn't actually have a targeted agent at that stage that we thought was going to be useful and helpful in relapsed rhabdomyosarcoma. So in this study, it was called a randomized phase 2 study, and that meant that patients were randomized between the two different treatment arms. It wasn't their choice, it wasn't our choice, it was done randomly through a computer. And half the patients got the one treatment, and the other half of the patients got the second treatment with 3 drugs, so 2 drugs versus 3 drugs. So the study ran in 37 different centres in 5 different countries. We ran it here at the Royal Marsden Hospital in our Children and Young People's department. And so we contributed patients to that study as well. And what the study showed was that the combination of temozolomide along with vincristine and irinotecan improved the overall survival. That means the numbers of patients actually surviving having relapsed with their rhabdomyosarcoma. And it also improved the response rate to treatment. So that's the tumour shrinkage with treatment. And the really important message then is that we're confident in taking forward the 3-drug treatment, the vincristine, irinotecan, and temozolomide, as the next standard treatment in our upcoming new trial in rhabdomyosarcoma that includes both patients at first diagnosis and relapse. And that particular trial is being led from the UK with a number of colleagues, including myself here at the Royal Marsden, leading on different parts of that and involving our children's drug development unit in the novel agent parts of that. Something that's really important alongside is that as part of the work that we do here and other drug development units across Europe, is that we've been testing the combination of vincristine and irinotecan with a new medicine called regorafenib, which is a targeted agent that targets molecules called tyrosine kinase inhibitors. And that's been a phase 1 and then a phase 2 study going on in our unit and others across Europe that has shown a really promising sign of activity when regorafenib is added to vincristine and irinotecan in relapsed rhabdomyosarcoma. So we have a young man treated in our drug development unit here within the Oak Centre for Children and Young People, who has benefited massively from that treatment and actually is doing much better than expected and is alive and well and enjoying his teenage years way beyond the time that had been expected. And there are other patients like him around Europe who've benefited from this treatment. So we're really keen to take that forward and try that out in our next study, the frontline and relapsed rhabdomyosarcoma study. So in the new study, the combination of vincristine, irinotecan, and temozolomide, which is now we're calling now standard of care across Europe, will be tested against vincristine, irinotecan, and regorafenib, and to see whether regorafenib causes even better benefit to patients compared to the vincristine, irinotecan, and temozolomide arm. And we're really excited to be taking part in that here at the Royal Marsden Hospital. As I say, our children's units involved and our children and adolescent unit, and in fact our adult sarcoma unit here at the Royal Marsden is involved in that. Part of it is through our children's drug development unit, which is funded through the Royal Marsden Cancer Charity. And so we're really excited to be part of the work that's going forward in Europe to try and trial these new treatments and to improve the outcomes for children with rhabdomyosarcoma that's relapsed in the future.